everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. No, this is not my face shave, as you probably know because I put head shave at the start of the video. But as you can see, I'm looking and feeling rough as guts. So I'm going to knock this one on the head today. I'm just waiting on something coming in the mail first before I actually do it. However, I'm going to be using my Morrison Fondren again today on my head shave. It seems to have slowed down a little bit on the hair loss, but it's still losing quite a few hairs. So hopefully on this head shave I might get through it with minimal hair loss on the brush. Not me, because I'm as bald as a coot. I've only got 1 day's growth. I've been rained off. Not that the sun that's blasting through my window would let you know that. It absolutely pissed down and it is cloudy as shit out there, but just every now and then the sun peeks its head through, and it really is getting to me, this weather. It's knocking me for six. Luckily enough, I've got some work with my brother-in-law at the moment, doing some electric work. It's just shit for a word. Right, the soap today, or the cream, is the Art of Shaving Lemon, and I had this up for sale. It never sold, so I've just kept it. I've withdrawn all the sales that I've got at the moment. Because of my financial situation, I can't really buy anything, and it's not really worth my while selling anything at the moment either. So I do love the scent on this cream. It's an okay cream, it's not too bad. I'll see how it goes with the natural hair brush. I'm just going to dip it into the cream and then head lather and just see how I go with it. It's a beautiful sort of lemon cream sort of scent, like I know that sounds stupid, it's a lemon scented shaving cream, but it smells like a lemon cream that you would get inside like a cake, like a lemon icing sort of thing. That's what it smells like. It's quite sweet, it's refreshing, it's zingy, it's lovely. Scent strength around about 3.5, it's not strong. As you lather it up, it did get more, and I'm using warm water again today. I've soaked the brush in warm water and I've got warm water in my bowl, in my sink, sorry. So the brush has been soaking, it's been soaking for probably 15 minutes or so. Just squeezed out a good bit of the water, and then all I'm going to do, so as you can see, there's nothing poking up that needs pulling out or anything that's come loose so far, so just see how we go. I did wash it with shampoo and conditioned it yesterday, rinsed it all out again. I can still smell sterling spearmint because it's just such a strong scent. So I'm just going to dip this straight into the tub. I'll do it sideways, so dip it in, pull it out. That's probably enough for 16 passes, but we shall see. I'm also going with a very, very mild razor. Well, not mild, it's an efficient razor, but it's mild in terms of actual feeling. Lipton's Chai Spice today. That's right, Spencer, I'm going soft. I've already had 3 coffees, so I'm really not. I just fancied something a bit different now. Now, the problem I find with soaking your brush for 15 minutes is that the water goes cold. I think if you do it for sort of 5-10 minutes, the water's sometimes sort of lukewarm still. I don't use boiling hot water or anything like that, or anything super hot. Yes, Spence, yeah. Don't know what I'm doing. I'm losing my mind here. Forgot to sort my mirror out already. So I've just done that now, so I can see the back of my head. Right, now that's painted on. I can tell you right now, this is got, there we go. Hair number 1. Fucking brush. Right, oh, that was quite a big dip of water there. Right, let's just see what we can get going. Why did I dip the tips there? I've got no idea. I think there's enough. I think there was enough moisture in the brush. Oh well. I've got to say, I absolutely love the feeling of this brush, I really do. I'll just keep checking the tips to see if it's coming out. Now, I was going to do a dedication video again on this one, but I'm thinking it's only going to be a short video. I'm hoping it's only going to be a short video. It should only be a sort of 1.5 pass shave. Well, I don't know about you guys, but that is a pretty damn good lather. I don't know if it's too dry. It doesn't feel dry, and it looks nice, but it looks like it's got plenty of moisture in it. And I know that's a big dip of cream in there. I've lost one here, which is good. That's pretty damn good. Right, Gem Micromatic Clog Proof. It's the third use on the blade. The blade is a Ted Pella, PTFE coated. I'm not sure whether these are the same as the ones that you get from Connaught Shaving. It's the same packaging, I believe, so I don't know. I'm just going to go straight against the grain because it's only 1 day's growth. There's not much on there. Let's see how it feels. And how does it feel? Feels amazing. I have to say that these single edge razors have really opened my eyes up. And if you haven't tried one and you get the opportunity, you really have to grab it and just give it a go. If I was better financially at the moment, I would even offer up my razor as a sort of pass around, if you know. It really is. I mean, there's smooth, and then there's Gem razors. I mean, the thing I love about them more than anything else is not only their ease of use, but I don't worry that I'm going to cut myself with it at all. And look, at the end of the day, it's still a razor blade, so you can cut yourself with it. But the fact of the matter is, it would be very hard to do it with this razor. Now I have to say, the brush was overloaded, no doubt about it. There was a lot of cream on the tips of that brush there, but it's created a very, very thick, luxurious and slick lather. The slickness on my head right now is, well, obviously there's a lot, as you can see, just a little dip of water. I could actually get away without actually re-lathering, but I am going to re-lather just so that I can see how the brush is holding up. I think I've lost all up in total now. It wouldn't be far off sort of 60 hairs, 70 hairs. And that's including the ones that I've done off camera. I have used the brush off camera as well. Sort of trying to I suppose break it in a sense. Now I'm not expecting to get anywhere near the results that I get from a Kai blade with this one, because it's not sharp. These are more built towards comfort in my opinion than anything else. I still get BBS, which sounds silly. It should only really be one BBS, but there's not. There's BBS with a Kai blade, which lasts me all day. And then there's BBS with this, which for some reason never lasts as long. It's almost like the Kai gets underneath your skin, cuts it a little bit shorter. So as you can see, I spend a little bit more time over and over and over and over the same spots all the time, because it just doesn't cut as efficiently as a Kai blade or a feather blade. Pretty much any BE blade that I've used, other than the ones that are just shit for me, just don't cut nothing. They just pluck hairs out. So it's smooth, it is efficient, it does cut the hair down, but it just takes a little bit longer against the grain to get it right down to the skin. I mean, that for one pass, I know I've only got 1 day's growth, there's pretty much nothing left on my head. I'm going to re-lather just to give the brush another bit of a scrub, see if I lose any more hairs. I will just show you though the residual slickness. I mean, that's just gliding over. So I could finish my shave quite comfortably with what the residual slickness is in my head at the moment, easily. So, but I am going to, like I say, just use the brush again. I know there's a shit ton of soap in here. It's a definite downside to a short stubby handle in my opinion. When the lather actually drips down onto the handle, it becomes slippy. Now, I'm going to say something which is a little bit controversial for me regarding brushes. Now, I love synthetic brushes. I think they're pretty much foolproof. You can't go wrong with them, unless the knot's just dreadful. But there's not many of them going around now. Most of the knots, even the ones that have got a little bit of scritch or a little bit of scratch with them, they're still good quality knots. It's not really a bad synthetic knot that's being produced now. Just round at the tips. But crazily enough, I think I'm enjoying this natural hair brush more. And it's not because of the lather, I can tell you right now, because I get a better lather from my synthetics. But there's something about it, I don't know. It could be the price of it. So I'm not going to lie, it could be the fact that my mind's saying, well, it's an expensive brush, use the bloody thing, and it doesn't seem like that to me, but that could be what it is. But there's just something about it that I enjoy. I don't know what it is. And I'm sure all you natural hair brush guys are all jumping up and down going, yes, he's finally got it. I'll never stop using synthetics, I love them. But this brush has really opened my eyes up to what a good quality badger feels like. If you watch Kyle over at Brown Man Shaves, he's been really struggling with his badger, and to the point he's actually taken the knot out and he's going to re-knot it with a synthetic. And I get that, because I know you can get shit badger brushes. And I'm not saying his was, he spent a lot of time sort of preparing it for shaving, and then when the time came, it just didn't perform. And that's not really Kyle's fault. because just some badger brushes don't have the quality of hair that you need. Every brush will make a lather, whether it's a cheap shit nasty synthetic, a makeup brush, you know, you can make a lather with anything really. But only great knots with exceptional hair or even synthetic, they still have to have something about them in order to make an amazing lather. Tuxedo knots make probably the best lather that I can create. But as you've just seen now, head shave, I know it was overloaded, the brush with the cream, but for me that's an exceptional lather with an actual hairbrush with a head lather, for me personally, because I'm not that great. I mean, you can see how thick and creamy it is, and this is my second lather. And then you have to take into account if you're so inclined, the animal factor of the brush as well, because at the end of the day, most of these knots, this one isn't, made in the UK from Lee Sabini, but most of these knots come from China, or the hair's sourced from China. And I would say most likely Lee Sabini's knot hair is sourced from China, but he obviously gets a different grade or a better grade. I could be totally wrong. But in order to get a badger hairbrush, generally a badger gets killed. I'm not sure what the ins and outs of it are. I don't know whether they find one by the side of the road, go, there another badger has just been hit by a car, he'll do it. I don't really know how it works. Well, I'm pretty much BBS, but there's a little bit on my crown, just here, in my usual spot. Look, I could shave with the residual slickness, but I am going to use the brush again, because I just want to give it a good run out. I'm trying to get it to the point where hopefully it stops shedding. So I'm just going to lather my whole head up. I've lost one hair on this head lather, which is pretty exceptional for this brush. Yeah, and it still haven't lost another one, which is a good sign. Lee Sabini has been back in contact with Brad Sears. I have got my price to re-knot it. I'm just hanging off a little bit because this knot is absolutely gorgeous, and do you know my real worry is that it may stop shedding, but I get it re-knotted before then, and the knot that I get put in doesn't cut the mustard. That's my sort of worry. This knot that's in this is absolutely exceptional, and I don't think I've lost any more hairs there. So we'll see whenever I rinse it out, because that's generally when I start losing a couple more, whether it actually gets any better. So I've actually done 3 passes here. I only needed 1. I could have actually got away with 1 pass and finished off with my residual slickness. But stuff it. You only live once, enjoy it. And in fairness, there's enough cream on the brush to do a full head shave, face shave as well. I should have actually done a dedication video for this one. I wasn't expecting it to last 20 minutes. I was only expecting sort of a 10-15 minute shave. Yeah, this cream, it's got exceptional sleekness when you load it like that. It just goes to show that sometimes when I've been given a review of a soap or a cream, it's sometimes best to just super overload it and get the full experience of the soap, which is what I sort of do. I overload most times anyway. You only live once. Do the best that you can with what you got. I've been laughing this morning. For those of you that don't follow Facebook or aren't on Facebook, Barrister and Man are releasing a new scent, Fougere Gothique. It's caused a hell of a stir on Facebook, people giving away the Barrister and Man stuff, boycotting the brand. It's just madness. Now, I'm not a religious man, so I look at things totally different to those that do follow Christianity, or I suppose any religion. Most religions have got some form of devil or bad being. There's always some sort of evil generally. With most religions, not all. So, look, I'm not going to judge people, because at the end of the day, it's their religion. It's what they follow. But Jesus, sorry for using that word. It's figuratively. It's got a little bit out of hand. People giving away the Barrister and Man stuff, not buying it anymore. And you're not talking about people that have maybe got one or two soaps and didn't really know anything about it. You're talking about people that are hardcore followers of Barrister and Man, giving up everything because of this one soap, because it's basically got an image of the devil, or Lucifer, or whatever you want to call him, whatever name you got from the bad guy, as my kids would probably say. And then all the wording on it, it's really, in my opinion, it's written very, very well. It's quite intriguing. It sort of sucks you in a bit. It's from a neutral standpoint of someone that's not religious and couldn't give a rat's arse. I really enjoy it. I think it's great. It's got a great story behind it, the way it's written, and I'm pretty sure that Will over at Barrister Man didn't have like some crazy ritual with fire and brimstone and all that shit and when he was making the soap. It's a fictional story, you know. But at the end of the day, it's just a bit mad to me, you know, that people are worried about stuff like that. I can't get any work at the moment. I'm struggling to pay my bills. I'm worried about stuff like that. And there's people out there worried that someone's put a fictional story and a picture onto a soap. It's just mind-boggling. It really is. There's talk of nuclear bombs getting used and countries getting blown up and everything, and there's people moaning about a story and a picture that's on a soap. I really don't get it. I just can't get my head around it. Like I say, I'm not a religious man, and that's probably why. And it's probably why I'm not a religious man, because I can't be arsed with that. I really can't. I think it's ridiculous that people are boycotting a company based on something like that. You either like the soap or you don't like the soap. Don't boycott the company because they've made a bit of a story and tried to make it a bit more exciting. It's for Halloween, you know. It's all my Christian friends over here that I've got that are Christians, that go to church and everything, take the kids out for Halloween. Go figure it. I don't get it. You know, if you're not into that sort of thing, don't do it. It's a Halloween scented soap, but it's a Halloween based soap. It's not there to have a go at religion or anything like that. It's just made up a cool story with from what I hear, quite a nice scented soap. And obviously Barrister Reserve base is great stuff. So buy the soap. If you don't want the tub, scoop it out and put it in another tub, you know. I'm just trying to think ways around it for people that are a bit upset with it. I just don't get it. That's just me, I suppose. You know, there'll be other people like me that don't get it, and there'll be people out there that are really love the religion and they're really strict with things like that, and that's fine too. I've got no problem with that. But I just find it really odd, but with everything that's going on in the world, that people are boycotting companies over silly stuff like that. But then again, they probably say, well, they brought it on themselves, so you can't really win. But anyway, guys, that is me done and dusted with that. I'm not going to talk any more about it. I've had my rant. I've had my bit of fun on Facebook as well with it. There's lemon to go with the lemon cream. Good splash of this. My tea will be freezing cold now. I haven't used the lemon for a while. It's like, oh yes, I love it. I always remember being a good burn from the lemon one. And you know, it's a really close shave. Had to spend more time getting it, and I'm a little bit, I'm not irritated, but I can see, I don't know whether you guys can see that patch there. There is a little bit here and there, but I did shave yesterday, so I don't normally shave my head 2 days in a row. It normally doesn't like it, that's why I went for a mild razor. But the problem with a mild razor is you go over the same spots over and over again, so it becomes less efficient in that sense, and you're actually irritating your skin more. But a little bit of Thayer's. I'm going to finish off with some Lucky Tiger in a minute, and I'll be sorted for the rest of the day until I get my face shave on. So the cream was the art of shaving lemon. Is it essential oil? Lemon essential oil. Brush or brushless. It smells incredible. Let's say that was a way overloaded brush, but that has worked absolutely superbly. The brush is the Morrison Fondren 28mm 3-band Blonde Badger. This, from speaking with Brad Sears, is actually quite a unique brush. He's never actually ordered this knot into any of his handles. Now, I was told when I bought this brush it was a Lisa Beanie handle. Brad Sears isn't sure. He thinks it might be his, but he's not 100% sure because he's never ordered this knot into a handle before. So he can't be sure that this wasn't made by Lisa Beanie. So there's more chance that it is made by Lee than it not being. But we shall soon see. Well, we won't soon see. I don't really know. I'll probably never know unless I get it re-knotted from Lee and then ask Lee the question and see if he can give me the answer. I'm just rinsing the brush out now, and what I'm doing is just doing light, soft painting strokes on my hand to see if we get any more hairs coming out. At the end of the day, these brushes, they're made to be used. They're made to be used to scrub around. You know, you don't have to push hard with them, but you should be able to do stuff with them, and they shouldn't lose any hair or lose minimal hair. So I've went from 5 hairs on average per shave, and at this stage so far, just with this head shave, I've lost 1 hair. So that to me is a bonus just now. It's between 50 and 70 hairs over sort of 10 ladders. That's a lot of hairs to lose from a brush which is broken in. I mean, you can see how dense it is. It's just phenomenal, the amount of hair that's in there. So you're bound to lose hairs all through this brush's life, but it's just the mass amount of hairs that I'm losing so quickly is crazy. So all I'm doing now is just stroking it very lightly, the brush. You filthy gets. Just very lightly, just to take the moisture out of the tips of the brush. And it also aids in, if there's any loose hairs in there, it'll just drag them gently to the top so that I can pop them out if there is any. I wouldn't normally do it for this long, but I have been doing it a little bit longer to actually aid in pulling out the loose hairs, what's in there. Now, there's nothing popped out today. Just having a bit of a look. It looks fine. So that's 1 hair I've lost today in that head shave, which I'm really impressed with. 3 ladders, and you can't argue. I mean, that's just a beautiful brush. It really is. Morrison Fondren, handmade, Blonde Badger. Oh, actually, do you know what? It actually says on there, made in England. So there you go. So I would imagine that means this was handmade in England. Handmade, made in England. So yeah, but would be a Lisa Beanie handle and not. So I can't Can't really question it now. Why have I not even thought of that? Made in England. Sort of wrong of me to use an English brush in it. I should be using a Scottish brush only. Kevy Shaves will understand that. Oh, lovely smell of lemon essential oil now. Beautiful brush. And luckily, as I've just said, one hair. That's all I lost today. So fingers crossed I can get through this. You can see there the density of this knot. It's just phenomenal. Hopefully it might be on its way to getting a little bit better. Right, I then finished off with, oh sorry, look at the razor first. What was it again? The Micromatic, Gem Micromatic. Twist it open and it's got a big blob of shit on it. Hey, let's stop, shit all over it. 2 dots on there, so it's done 2 shaves so far. I'm shaking a little bit because I've had far too much coffee this morning. That's what happens when you don't have a whole out, you drink lots of coffee and tea. Actually, how is my tea? Is it still warm? Lukewarm. Nothing the microwave can't fix. 2 dots, 2 head shaves. This was the 3rd head shave. Probably the last. Doesn't seem to last very long, but I will keep it. I'm going to use it again and just see if it does get through another head shave. It was still very smooth, still very comfortable. There was nothing wrong with it. It was still cutting the hair, just took a lot longer. Finished off with some Thayer's lemon, which gave a beautiful burn. That's now dried in. The moisture in my head now is great. I've got no cuts, no weepers, no bumps, just nothing. And I'm going to finish off now with some Lucky Tiger. This stuff, I've been so surprised with it. I wasn't expecting much from it. I thought it would be pretty average, but it's not. I've been really impressed. It's excellent stuff. It dries in quick. It's a great. If you've got some razor burn or anything like that, if you've got anything that's hurting, it really soothes your skin. It cools your skin down straight away. I never get a burn from it. I just get a lovely cooling sensation. And there's no menthol in it, I don't think. In fact, there's no menthol in it because I would know. It's got a lovely, lovely citrus scent. Not unlike Humphrey's citrus, which has got the 3 fruits in it, lemon, lime and orange. It's got that sort of scent. It's not like an individual citrus, it's like a multitude of citrus scents. It's really nice. It's got a lovely scent, lovely feeling, and it leaves your skin feeling great afterwards as well, which is awesome. So that is me done and dusted, guys. I really, really enjoyed that head shave. 33 minutes again. I'm not going to apologise for it because I just enjoy my shaves now, and you guys watch them for that reason as well. And even though I'm using things over and over again, it's enjoyable for me, and that's why I do it. I don't do it for anyone else other than me, and the fact that I've met so many nice people through it is a testament to why I still really enjoy it all, and I will continue to do it until I don't enjoy it, which I don't know how far away that is, but you've got to sort of bear in mind I've got 460 videos or something now in just over a year, which gives you a real indication as to how much this hobby's impacted my life, and it's made such a big difference to me mentally and emotionally. And maybe not so much with the wife, because there's no doubt about it. It takes a chunk out of my day every couple of days. It takes anywhere between 30 minutes and an hour out of my day, which is 30 minutes to an hour out of me and my wife's time together and with the kids and things. But you need that time. Everyone needs that time just to get their head straight and just forget about everything else for that moment, because life can become so busy and it can become so difficult, and you can worry about money, you can worry about getting your kids to school, you can worry about all these things, but ultimately if you can't look after yourself and feel good in yourself, you can't look after anyone else. And that's the way I look at life now. And if I look after myself and I feel good in myself and I'm happy with myself, I can then look after everyone around me and beyond. And it's the way I sort of look at things now. So if you are struggling and you're worried about other people and worried about other things going on in your life, you need to really pull into yourself and actually look after yourself first, because you're the most important person in the world. And that's why when you're on a plane, put your life jacket on first. You know, they always say look after yourself first before you look after anyone else, and it's so true in life. So that's my philosophy for the day. That's for any of you guys out there that might be struggling, have a look at it that way. It really opens your eyes up, and it can help you move forward. So that being said, stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Cheers.